Welcome back to 5-Minute Quirky Characters. I hope you had fun with the last character. I saw a number of you posting pictures on Facebook, and it was so fun to see your interpretation of the 5-Minute Quirky character. So this is the one that we're going to make today. So let's get started. Today's 5-Minute Quirky character is called Flower Princess. And she has some options that I've included in this collage sheet. And once again, I will leave a link for this free collage sheet in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get started. What you're going to need for this is a pair of large scissors, a pair of small, sharp detail scissors, and a glue stick. And then whatever book or journal you want to put this in, I'm going to go ahead and build this on the hinged booklet. So let's get started. I've got all of my pieces cut, and one thing I will show you on the collage sheet is the pieces are all very simple. They're easy to cut out, and you won't have any problems with it. I do want to show you one thing about cutting out the flowers or even the butterfly wings if you want to have sort of a ruffled edge. Now there's two ways you can do it. One, if you happen to have a pair of like decorative scissors with that decal serrated edge, that's a great way to do it. If you don't have those, you can certainly do it if you have a pair of small sharp scissors. That really makes it easier. And so what you do is try and find an area that you can hold on to that has the biggest area, because we're going to rotate this as we cut. And so go ahead and cut into your flower, and then I just wiggle the edge. Your scissors are really kind of following along, but you wiggle the edge as you cut. And depending on how much you wiggle it and how fast you wiggle it, that will make your ruffled edge. So the slower you go and the more dramatic you make your turn, the more you're going to get a ruffled edge. Now it's perfectly fine to just go ahead and cut along those lines. There's no problem with that either. But sometimes it's nice to have that little bit of serrated edge around there. And that's all you have to do. So just wiggle back and forth. And then you can see how you get that kind of curved edge. You might be able to see it a little better when I turn it over. So I hope that helps you as you cut out your flowers and your butterfly wings. So as I mentioned, there are a couple of options. I'm going to just quickly build this here on the page and show you how I would do this. So I'd start with my bottom piece, my dress, and I would slip the wings behind that, the butterfly wings. And then I would put the head on next, and I like my neck as long as possible. And I can see here the butterfly wings are too high, so I would just move those down. So I always do a dry fit before I start to glue things so I can make sure that I like them. And then the headpiece is the next thing that I would glue down there. And then you've got two options. You've got two flowers, different flowers that you could use. And I think for this I'm going to choose to use the roses. And they just fit in right there behind her head. And right there behind her head there. Okay, so that's essentially what she looks like. Now I mentioned you had a couple of options. One are the flowers. You could change those out. You see they'd look like that, they look really cute too. And the other thing is, on the sheet here, you'll notice right here, I decided I'd give her some eyebrows. So she's got a Frida vibe going on. And I just glue those on. And this is probably my favorite. I love having those on there. And I'm going to go with the Frida look on her. And those eyebrows just fit right on the edge of her face, and they don't come quite to the center. The other option that you have, and it's noted on here, are sunglasses. And you can put those on if you'd like as well. Or if you don't use the Frida face and you go with the regular one, you can put those on like that. So just a couple options for you to play with, and I think you'll have fun just kind of mixing and matching until you get something that you like. So let's go ahead and just quickly glue this down. And I'm not going to glue this fully. You would, of course, want to do all of the things. You want to make sure you have full coverage on your glue with your glue stick. You want to use your bone folder if you have one and just sort of roll it like that. So I'm just going to put a little bit just to get this started. And once again, I would wait on my wings. I would put them behind there, but I would sort of wait until I got the head in place. I'm going to use the Frida head, so I'll just put that on there. And I want to get her head as high as I can, and I like actually where those wings are, so I would just kind of lift up and put glue there. And glue there. And then the next thing would be her headpiece. So a little bit of glue. And that goes behind her head right in the center. And then I'll show you these flowers. This is the other flower, so you just get an idea of what it looks like. That goes in front of the headpiece and behind her head. Just play with them until you have a composition that you like. And then that one would go right behind like that. And she's done. Any words you want to add, anything like that, you could doodle around the edge of her. But basically, there you go. And if you wanted to add the sunglasses, just go ahead and glue those on. So I hope you like this. If you have any questions, leave them in the description box below. Go get your free collage sheet and have fun playing with her. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.